Hey there, educators. Welcome to this explainer. We're jumping right in today because we are going to completely demystify the Leap Clicker application. We're talking about taking a standard, everyday lesson and turning it into this highly interactive, totally data-driven experience that will just absolutely captivate your students.
All right, let's get right into the thick of it. What you're looking at here is the interface you'll be mastering today. And honestly, it's beautifully clean, very intuitive. You've got your summary videos, analytics, and quick pull features right there front and center. This puts all your structured academic content and, more importantly, real-time response data right at your fingertips. It's basically your brand new classroom command center.
So, here is our game plan for today. 1. Meet the clicker. 2. System and app setup. 3. Secure QR login. 4. Interactive tools. 5. Mastering offline mode. And finally, 6. Troubleshooting tips.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Meet the Clicker, and some essential guidelines.
Now, we have a few golden rules to go over. But look, don't think of these as strict, rigid rules. They're really more like pro tips to keep your classroom from descending into chaos. First up, always give the designated clicker to its specific student. No swapping. And definitely don't mix clickers between your different class sections. Keep them separated. Also, plug in that main receiver before you start. And please, whatever you do, do not pull it out during an active session. Oh, and a super practical one? If you press a clicker and that little blue light doesn't turn on, it just needs a charge. Lastly, even if you're planning to teach in total offline mode, you absolutely need an internet connection for that initial login stage.
Moving right along to Section 2, System and App Setup, and configuring your IFP.
Okay, getting the hardware connected is step 1, and it's actually just 4 simple steps. First, fire up your interactive flat panel, your IFP, and make sure it's in Android mode. You'll know because you'll see the standard Android home screen. Step 2, connect to the internet. Either Wi-Fi or a LAN cable works perfectly. Step 3, grab your Leap receiver and plug it straight into one of the front USB ports. And step 4, just take a quick peek inside that receiver to verify the blue LED light is on. That nice little blue glow, that means you're physically good to go. Next, we need to install the actual app. Super easy. Just open the browser on your panel and type in cse.ap.gov.in. Find and tap the Clickers POC Schools app to download the APK file, and then go ahead and install it. Now listen closely here because this is crucial. When the system prompts you, you absolutely must enable the bubble, display over other apps, and USB permissions. If it asks about USB permissions, be sure to hit Always Allow. Knocking this out correctly the first time guarantees everything will talk to each other flawlessly later.
All right, Section 3, Secure QR login for really fast access.
You know, the way your IFP screen and your mobile app work together is just brilliant. To log in, just hit QR login on the big screen so the code pops up nice and large. Then, grab your phone, open your teacher's Leap app, and navigate through Department, then the Student tab, hit Action, and tap Clicker Application. Pick your medium, class, and subject. Finally, just hit Scan QR on your phone and point it at the panel. Boom! You're securely logged right into the correct class section. No fumbling with long passwords while 30 kids watch you type.
Now for the really fun stuff. Section 4, Interactive tools to engage your students.
You literally have this massive library of structured content right at your fingertips. We're talking summary videos perfectly mapped out by subject, chapter, and topic. There's a book library with all your class PDFs conveniently sitting right at the bottom of the landing page. But here's the real game changer. You can launch structured quizzes where students answer with their clickers, and you get to watch those responses roll in real time. And to top it off, the Classroom Analytics tab lets you dive into student-level performance data on the spot. You'll know exactly who's tracking with you and who might need a little extra help.
Now, sometimes you don't need a whole formal quiz, right? You just want a quick temperature check of the room. That is exactly what the Quick Poll feature is for. It lets you run instant polls using these great preloaded generic questions. You literally just pick a question, set your timer, hit start, and instantly see where the room's head is at. It's such an amazing way to keep the energy up and make sure nobody's getting left behind in the middle of a concept.
Okay, Section 5, Mastering offline mode so you can teach without the internet.
Let me tell you, offline mode is an absolute lifesaver. School Wi-Fi can be, well, unpredictable. This feature lets you use synced academic content without needing an active internet connection. But remember that golden rule from earlier? You still need the internet initially to log in and sync up your dashboard data. You can't just walk into a total Wi-Fi dead zone without syncing your device first.
Getting this offline safety net set up is super straightforward. While you're still connected to the internet, open the app. Tap the Offline Mode button, choose your path and folder, and then just wait a minute for the sync process to do its thing. Once that data is fully synced, you are 100% covered against any network drops. Everything you need will work flawlessly, totally off the grid.
And finally, Section 6, troubleshooting tips to solve common issues.
Look, tech hiccups happen, so if you run into an issue, don't panic. If your internet connection fails, like the Wi-Fi says it's connected but nothing's loading, just pop open the web browser and try to load any generic website to test it. If it's a no-go, try reconnecting your Wi-Fi or even tethering to your phone's hotspot. Or, if the screen says the receiver is not connected, again, deep breath. Just physically unplug that USB receiver and plug it back in. Still nothing? Try a different USB port on the panel or check the cable. Always run through this quick checklist before you spend your prep period calling support.
Okay, but what about the actual clickers? What if a student raises their hand in the middle of a quiz because their clicker just stopped responding? Honestly, this is probably the most common tech panic moment you'll face. But I promise you, the fix is usually right there in your hands.
If a clicker fails, just press any button on it and look for that little blue LED light. If there's no blue light at all, the fix is easy. The battery's dead. Plug it in and charge it immediately. But if the blue light is turning on when they press a button, but you aren't seeing their responses on your screen, look up at your dashboard and make sure your main receiver status actually says connected. Almost every single time, it's one of those two super simple things.
So, with all that technical anxiety totally out of the way, I want to leave you with the thought. How is real-time classroom analytics going to transform your very next lesson? By mastering this simple Leap clicker setup today, you are completely equipped to make every single lesson highly interactive, deeply engaging, and totally data-backed. You've got the tools, you've got the know-how, so what are you going to teach next? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and have an amazing time teaching.